Wow.
Just
Amazing.
like that, fresh out of my last exam.
Whoa, amazing.
Episode
190. This is 190.
190? Bro, how many months is that? How many?
That's maybe like 100 months or something.
Hold on, let me.
Very long time.
100 months. My guy. Hold on.
This is
190 days divide 30.
almost like half a year,
like
dude.
like 6 months. Yeah, we've been
there
doing
you go.
this for
6 months.
6 months.
And we have a very special guest. Our first guest from Jeddah.
Oh,
welcome.
Is he the first one from Saudi Arabia? I think he is the first one.
Yeah,
we had Amir, but does that count?
You got the first
From Saudi,
guest.
Jeddah, Bara, our first film critic, YouTuber, Bara Alam. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, my guy. So why don't you go ahead? Go ahead, introduce yourself, tell me who you are and what you do.
Thank you guys for having me. I told you before we go live, you guys are not boring. Most of the podcasts are boring. And they keep saying, and everybody's like reading from somewhere off the screen. But you guys are so into it. I loved it. I'm happy being here. I'm Bara Alam. I'm an actor. And I don't like introducing myself as a film critic. I'm mostly a film buff. I just express what I feel about films in my YouTube channel, Filmer Productions. I do recommendations, reviews, top 10s, directors, bios, and so in Arabic mostly because there is so much content of that in English, but the idea was to take it, Arabize it, make it accessible for Arabian audiences, and that was it. I have Filmer Productions. I had Shams Al Ma'arif, a feature film in my body of work, and more to come, inshallah.
That's where I recognize you from. Okay, Shams Al Ma'arif, which is out on Netflix. If any of you didn't watch it yet, you gotta go watch
check it. Might as well watch it. Also, if you're not following his channel, you definitely have to.
Because his reviews are on point.
All the movies, and you do it in such an entertaining and fun way, and it's
all that stuff. Link in the description.
Link in description. Also, subscribe to our channel. Might as well.
Since you're subscribing.
Since you're here, But let's get right into it.
Yeah.
Films. I mean, I'm sure everyone loves movies, right? But you have a whole different appreciation for movies. Why?
I am a product of movies. I was made of movies. My intelligence, my knowledge, the way I treat things, the way I speak, the way I was raised in front of screens. And that's why I live them. I don't just watch them. They linger with me when I finish. When the credits roll, I don't just go to sleep and have a... No, I read, I check backgrounds. I want to know who made it, who directed it, who wrote it, who those actors and actresses that I liked. Where can I see them in other films, other TV, other series? So movies are not just something I do for fun. It's a passion. It's something I'd like to have as a career. Storytelling in general. I used to read before I was exposed to screens. There is a period of my life where screens were haram in our house.
I see.
So Dad was like, no MBC2 in the house. No,
MBC2, man.
We stick with the local Saudi channel, and I didn't even have that, the MBC2, which I now see as shitty.
Dude, do they still play those Harry Potter movies? Dude,
they still damn you bet. Twilight, Harry Potter, I Am Legend for Will Smith daily.
It's not any Harry Potter. It's the Chambers of Secret one. It's always that one
on MBC2.
It's always every time I go back to Kuwait. I open MBC2. It's like halfway through the Chamber of Secrets. It's not even from the start. I'm just like, what?
There you go.
Did I miss it?
It's still happening.
But what I want to know here is that, so it is, as you said, haram sometime or in some places to watch movies, right?
Yeah.
And in Saudi, if I'm not mistaken, there weren't even movie theaters for the longest while, right?
2 years ago, they weren't.
Okay, 2 years ago, we got movie theaters.
Yep.
So you didn't have screens at your home. You couldn't have screens outside of your home. How did you smuggle in the movies?
I misspoken. It was I had screens, but I didn't
Okay.
have receiver, not a satellite. So I had the screens, and we used to have the Saudi one, Saudi two channels, the local channels, and I had to buy my own DVD player. Before DVD, it was a VHS player,
Right.
and I used to smuggle VHS from my friends from school or buy them from some random smuggler in the street and buy VHSs. So VHS was like my door to movies, and then I developed it into a DVD players. I used to buy DVDs, and then by I think when I was 14 or 15, my father has changed. He started reading more. He started being more of a moderate Muslim, and then we started having a satellite in home, and then he was. And I think my father has a journey that I'm so proud of, because he moved from someone who thought satellite and movies are haram to someone who now supporting his son as an actor.
Wow.
So yeah,
Amazing.
that journey happened.
And amazing. I mean,
He
that's
deserves a clap
amazing.
from me, honestly.
Amazing.
Because
That's pretty
wow,
cool. Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes, yes.
that's great. Shout out to you,
Mhm.
Dad.
I
So
mean, that's pretty cool. I just want to know more about like how did you were you part of like his like telling your dad like, hey, this is why I like movies so much, and or what did he figure it out on his own? Like just so
He
like
figured
okay, if someone has parents that are more conservative and they really want to do like movies and stuff, how did do you have any advice or
first of all, never fight. Never fight. It's not a fight you can win from one argument. You cannot scream at them and say, "Ah, oh, I'm gonna do that for a living. I'm gonna be in Hollywood," because you're gonna take that slaps on the face, and you're gonna be locked your door room on yourself, and you're not gonna move a step. It's
literally,
not a fight you can win in one argument.
Mhm.
It's something that happens gradually. I think in my case, I was lucky that my father started reading on himself, and he changed gradually. I didn't have confrontations, direct confrontations with him that actually made him change. I just used to show him my work when it's finished and see his reactions, and just try to just without forcing him to believe in it or support it. I just show him that the results might be helpful. We might be doing just we might be helping people, we might be
Right.
spreading knowledge, we might be, and he saw the effect and the impact of it on me. So I think that was another reason that he started believing.
okay,
Amazing. Cool.
nice.
There you go. Mhm.
So you're saying it was luck? Why so? Why do you think
and
it
and
was luck? Because is it because of what you see around you, or what made you come to a conclusion that yo, my dad on his own figured it out, and I am lucky? So how did you come to that conclusion?
I mean, yeah, I didn't have to fight. I
Mhm.
wasn't for example kicked out of the house before
Right.
because of
For
watching
making
a
movies.
movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't go that extreme.
Mhm.
He gradually changed a
Mhm.
bit by himself, because we had this I think you might have heard the term before, term sahwa. We had a period of time sahwa in here in the country, where people went too extreme and too to the right
Mhm.
in matter of religion and a matter of making everything haram, and that happened like for
Oof.
30 years. Before it, we were, as Hijazis and as Saudis here in the kingdom, we were moderate Muslims. We used to treat everything moderately, with sane, with sanity.
Mhm.
But I think those 30 years affected the whole country, and I can't blame my father for being that, because they were told that their past, the songs and the dances and the movies, all of that was haram, and then they had to adopt with the movement. But then now, alhamdulillah, for the last like 10 to 15 years, everything is changing here
Right.
inside the country
Mhm.
in matter of politics, religion, economy.
Yeah.
And then everybody is giving the choice again to be whomever they want to be, and to decide for themselves what's suitable and what's haram, what's halal, and not being forced to make
Mhm.
choices. So yeah, it wasn't my fight. I didn't change anything per se. It
Mhm.
changed gradually.
I
Mhm.
see. I see. It's more
Okay.
like the whole country kind of changed a little bit.
Exactly.
I
Who
see.
was the first Saudi YouTuber? That's what I want. Do you happen to know?
Well, that's a good question.
I
Oof.
think I think it, I think it was Khambala, if I'm
Adam,
not wrong.
Now, before Khambala, there were La Ikthar by Fahad al-Buteri. There was
لا يكثر, yes.
على الطاير by Omar Hussein. Ishilli by Badr Saleh. Those were like the
Pioneers,
guys
I
who
would say.
started. Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
Pioneers
definitely.
into YouTubing in Arabia and the whole Khalij, come to think of it,
You
right?
can't argue that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think so. I think it's great because with YouTube, it's less of a, how do I say it? Like when you want to do film, like you need to get discovered, you need to have an agency, you need to
Mm.
do all. But with YouTube, it's just all you need is a camera and some good audio quality, and bam, just like that, it's great. So they help. I think they help pioneer, if I'm not mistaken, even the film industry of
Mhm.
Saudi Arabia through YouTube. And that's why now you have like these different Netflix specials, including yours, Shams al Ma'arif, which I've watched, by the way. It's good. I liked it. I really did. And it's amazing. So what I want to know is, when did you decide that, you know what, this is what I want to do? I want to open a YouTube channel and start being a movie buff at a Galtic, right? Like,
Yeah.
when did you decide this? Like, you're like, yep, that's what I want to do.
At first, I had the dream of being an actor or to
Mhm.
write films while I was in high school, and that was something you can never share to friends or to family because they'd say, "Ha, look at that dreamer,"
Right.
and because we didn't, it's not just theaters or commercially movie theaters that not existing in the country. We don't have any film education systems that could uh, push people. We don't have, until today, we don't have educational
Oof.
opportunities to study film here in the country.
And I
So in
think
high
all over
school,
the
I was
Khalid,
like,
because even in Kuwait, by the way, in Kuwait, we don't have a
yeah,
film school.
here you are. I think Emiratis are the only lucky ones because
Yep.
they have like a couple of schools. But other than that, we're all just behind. Yeah. So yeah, so that happened. I was in high school, I graduated, and I was like, yeah, I want to study films. Who's gonna send me to LA to be with Ali Al-Haq? And no one sent me to you, Ali.
Oh
Ali, no one sent me to you.
no. Gee.
No
Yeah.
one was no, my family didn't have the money. The government used to send ba'that and people away, but never for films. They
Scholarships.
sent,
No,
Yeah.
no, not for
yeah,
filming, huh? Yeah.
scholarships.
Mhm.
Scholarships were like mostly for doctors, for engineers, and those, because those the people who are gonna build a country, not us, the tafihin, the
Yes.
YouTubers and the filmmakers. So
Mhm.
yeah, and now it's changing. Alhamdulillah. Now
Alhamdulillah.
hopefully people are being sent to study
Mhm.
film and for cultural purposes. So I went to study media in a university in Jeddah. I studied mass communication, media, and during studying, I was like, at least I want to have a set experience. So I went down. I looked for any motion picture production houses in the country, and I found a couple here in Jeddah. But all what they did was commercials, the ayat advertisements, and I was there. I've been an intern there. I started running, and running is literally bringing coffee, taking cables from the ground, doing all kind of shit on the ground of a advertising commercial set. I started running. I started as a production assistant. I ran here and there, and then I was like, since I will not be able to express my love of film and not even try it in the field, neither in the university. I'm gonna do it in YouTube, and I've been a fan of YouTube since the guys you already mentioned, Ali Shammari, Badr Saleh, Khambala, those people. I was a big fan, and I
Yeah.
was like, listen, I'm gonna do it my way. Some people do sketches, some people do night shows, comedy shows. I'm a film buff. I'm gonna do film. I'm gonna do sketches on films. I'm gonna review films, list my top tens. And there was this channel that I was really, really fan of called Watch Mojo on YouTube.
Oh yes,
Watch
They
top
watchmojo.com.
tens,
who
top
and I
tens.
was like, I
Mhm.
picked my movies there, like back in 2014,
Right.
2015. I picked my movies from Watch Mojo. And then I was like, how about I do something similar in Arabic? And then it developed from not just top tens to recommendations, reviews, and whatever you will be able to see now in the channel. So yeah, it happened there while I was in college before
Mhm.
graduation, maybe a year.
Interesting.
Ama-
And then
Amazing.
you became so I feel like there's a huge pattern with filmmakers, Ali. I don't know if you've noticed it too.
About
It's
what?
sort of like a ranking system of fresh out of high school with a big
Hmm.
dream. You go to
Hmm.
university, try to pursue this as a career. You work in a set and it's like a commercial set, and you're not even like a director or anything. You're like, as you said, just a runner, run around getting shit. Slowly you start to break off and be free, doing anything like YouTube or
True.
is that a set that happened with you,
I
Ali, or
I wouldn't. I don't. I would disagree with that statement just because there are so many different ways people become filmmakers.
okay?
Some people become filmmakers, but like David Fincher did advertisements before he did
Okay.
like
So
movies, for example.
advertisements.
Versus Quentin
Yes.
Tarantino did nothing.
And he
He
just
was just
became
like, let me film and then whatever. He made right movies. That's it.
I mean,
So
I can agree with that totally.
right.
Fincher,
yeah,
Guy Ritchie, they all did a lot in commercials before they did films. Exactly.
and
Yeah.
then slowly but
So
surely.
yeah, but I feel like the one thing that they all have in common maybe is that they all really love movies more
Mm.
than like they're all encyclopedias. Any one of those great filmmakers. And I feel like one of the things that like when people ask me like how can I become a better filmmaker? For me at least I like to think that it's like just watch more movies and the more movies
Oh
you have, the more
yes.
you get to
Yeah.
pull. Do
Yeah.
you feel like that
But
makes you
I think it's
yeah.
not just watch the movies. Learn to fully appreciate the different styles of camera movements and the
Mhm.
different styles of angle shots, I think. And this is coming
Right.
from a guy who's never studied film. Like
Right.
whenever
Yeah.
I watch a movie, I don't
Mhm.
know why I love like paying attention to the camera details and the camera works. For example, a guy wakes up from a bed and the camera moves with him.
Whoop.
Yeah, those kind
Yes.
of stuff. I just fall
Mhm.
in love with a movie that really utilizes camera
I
angles. And movements.
I don't want to be mean about this, but I feel like this is what makes like Hollywood movies very good. And then sometimes when I watch a lot of the Arabic movies, I feel like this is what they're missing. They're missing the like playing with the camera and getting in and just like
It's always
experimenting and
like
having
one
fun with it.
shot. It's
Exactly
always a
what
one.
and the actors are acting doing some dramatic thing or some comedic jokes, but it's not like a movie where you feel like you're sucked into it. That's my
You're not
experience.
moved.
But would you agree with that or
Oh, I can't agree
yeah?
more, man. And it's not just the camera. I mean, camera work can be taught in a school or any. There is something about writing that the Arabs are missing, and especially the Arabs who are in control of productions, which I hope that it's changing now with all the platforms and the competition happening.
I
But
agree.
there is the writing, the stories that we keep repeating. The
Mm-hmm.
Ali, if you lived in Kuwait, and I think Ali Shamri will have a lot of stories about because back in the days we used to have the Kuwaiti drama coming to all over the Gulf, but then but then the Saudis wanted to help and they messed it up also. Omani is the same, right?
You said it,
So
not me.
usually
You said it, not me.
That's
There you
amazing.
go.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's very true. Like Kuwait was considered as the Hollywood of
Really?
Arabia, yeah,
The
because most
Whoa.
Gulf.
of because most of our drama shows and even our stage writing plays and all that stuff was distributed all over the Gulf, right? And
Mm-hmm.
everyone was literally tuned in to our like film industry, and it got to the point where like everyone wanted to help or at least try to help, and as you said, it either failed miserably or just wasn't the same as how it used to be,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Now here's my concern with how things are going in the film industry in Arabia. It's trying to implement a lot of Western ideologies, which is not us, right? Why was Kuwait's film industry very special? Because
It
it's
was
purely Arabic, right? It's literally our traditions, our everything with its own
Mm-hmm.
mix and story. And
True.
now it's just taking a
Fair.
left turn that's like very out of the norms
There's yeah.
of Arabia. And it's kind of
I don't know, man. That's true. Is that what you think? I don't know. I feel like I'd like to see. I feel like from my experience, the more Arabic movies I watch, what they have in common is that they're about war, especially the Lebanese movies. From what I've, those are the ones
yeah.
I've
No,
seen.
ours was
They're about
purely
all
war,
of
familial
us.
civil
drama.
war, or familial drama, or just like that.
Just a correction, a quick correction. What Ali Shamari is referring to is Kuwaiti drama, because the Kuwaiti film industry died in the 80s, 90s, and he's referring to the Kuwaiti series drama
TV
industry,
shows.
the TV shows industry, which was booming by the 80s, 90s, and still I think working till now. But the film died a long time ago. And film, and we're talking about film cinema, that format, that great format that I appreciate, the 1 to 2 hours format on a big screen, it's dead in the Arab world since ages. apart from Egypt and Lebanon, which you refer to, Ali Haji, the rest are dead, and they're just trying. Egyptians are doing it, and they've been doing it since 100 years. And Lebanese are, let me say, the most sophisticated Arab filmmakers on the map till now.
Right. Yeah.
So out of all these countries we've mentioned, here's what I really want to know. Where would you be more comfortable working in or working with? So are you looking for more sophistication in your film production? Or are you looking for the excellence like how it used to be in the 80s and 90s in Kuwait? Or are you looking for more of a like experience where you find it in Egypt, where they've been doing it, as you said, for 100 years now? So where are you more comfortable, or where do you see yourself?
I consider myself a citizen of the Middle East, of the Arab world, and I'd love to work in every country, and I'd love to work in Arabian stories.
But that's amazing you say that, because like I feel like we could have like an industry in the Middle East, like a film industry competing with Hollywood. But once we have to think outside the box, think of not just treating our own Arab countries, but making movies that everyone can watch around the world.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I feel like
and
that's
especially when I see here Saudi filmmakers are trying to make it on their own, and I appreciate it, but I think there is a big wasted chances of collaboration, because let's bring someone from Lebanon and someone from Syria and do that great movie. And speaking of doing it the Western way, I think the whole world has changed, and we changed, and you cannot do traditional Arab stuff again and wanting people in my age and your age to relate to it. Come on, Ali Shambari, go watch Hassan Abdul Rida right now. Would you relate? Okay, maybe. But would someone
funny
who's
enough,
18 years old, 17 years old relate?
Funny enough, I grew up on Hassan Abdul Rida and his.
All of us did.
And I related a lot to his work. That's why I have a deep appreciation for him. May he rest in peace.
All of us may he.
But when we do a film like this, instead of changing so that the Western world appreciates and accepts our movies, why not just be ourselves? And whether they accept it or not, it's on them. We shouldn't really care too much.
I love it.
Because in the end, it's us, right? Whenever we push something out, we represent ourselves here. Now, do we want to put ourselves in a light where, oh yeah, we want you to accept us, or hey, whether you accept us or not, this is who we are, right? That's an important question. So that's why I say like we shouldn't really we shouldn't diverge fully and become a Western style filmmakers. No.
What does that mean, dude? Filmmaking is filmmaking. I don't understand what you mean Western style filmmaking. It's a camera and you're shooting.
I'll tell you. Let me explain to you.
Okay.
When I'm talking about movies, I'm not talking about the technicality of making a movie. I'm talking about storylines.
Okay.
Right? Our storyline doesn't have to be hero falls in love with a girl, he decides to, save the girl and becomes a hero. End of the day, he gets it. No, that's not us. That's not us.
I don't understand. What do you mean? It's human, man. Love. We don't have that in Arabia. None of that here. Only war and conflict and civil war and family drama.
You're bending
That's
my words.
Literally what you said, dude.
Bro, okay. I'm saying that this format.
A guy meets a girl, dude. It's a very sweet story, man. We all feel it, but you just don't want to say it, maybe.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say. No, that's not. You're bending my words.
Go for it.
Bro,
explain yourself. Go for
it. The format of the damn situation, Ali, for fuck's sake, you keep bending. No, it's not. Everyone experiences love. Here, I'll say it now. Everyone experiences love. Are you happy? Are you happy?
I'm happy. No, I'm glad you say that.
No, but that's not what I mean. What I mean is like there should be a bit more of a like I don't know how to explain it, you guys, but like shit, like showing a.
You're a podcaster. You should explain it to us.
It's hard
I'm
to
asking you. What do
explain.
you
Just
mean?
it's hard
I
to
feel it.
explain. It just
All right.
is.
I think,
If I
yeah, stories, man. I think stories are like what really make movies,
Yeah.
and I don't think like there's an Western style or like a European style. I think it's a human thing. That's why so many. That's why in Arabia we watch Hollywood movies. I don't think we watch Hollywood movies because it's cool or whatever. I think it's just because they're good. But you'd have used so many movies, right? But the ones that like for you hit the like highest or get most popularity are the like when you're viewing American movies or Western blockbuster movies.
Yeah, but
Why do you
why?
choose
okay.
to why okay why but do you think you get more views for those than for when you're doing talking about Arabic films, for example, even though you talk to an Arabic audience?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't review Arabian content that much, so I
Okay,
can't really be a judge
fair,
in here.
fair.
But if I may just refer to what Ali was trying to deliver, and I totally agree with him on something, because I've met filmmakers who are trying, who are making the movies with the purpose of screening it to a American audience or a liberal audience or anything. So they play with it to be theirs. They move the stories and they put, and let's say, I don't want to put examples here, but there are movies that the stories are made just for the sole purpose of, the Americans liked it, and I
I
think
see.
that it's not the style,
I
because
hate it.
Yeah.
you see,
I don't
because
like
it's
it. I
not
don't
the
like to see
style.
it.
I watch French films, I watch Italians, I watch
Mhm.
Russian, I watch, and both have maybe something remarkable, but then as you said, Ali, it's films, it's stories, and you can do stories anywhere in the world. It's just you have to be true to yourself, think about yourself, what's really happening, and how would you want to portray that on a screen, other than thinking of just a specific segment of audience that might like it or not. Because let's say that, if let's say that we have now let's say you have, let's say, let me ask you, Ali, right away. Now you have a film, you have a short you're doing in Hollywood, and there is a character there that is homophobic, maybe, and maybe it's real, maybe
Yeah,
the story happens in a setting where it's in مثلا a Gulf country where there are homophobics. Would you be still insisting to put that character, and you're planning to go to the Sundance and festivals,
right.
or you try to just take it
Hi.
away so you can be
I don't
uh,
know. I feel like, and but the truth, the real for me, I think it's the answer is just when you tell a real story, that's what matters. There are a lot of like great movies that have characters that are like wicked and evil, and they're not right. And sometimes people try to avoid those topics, but um, it's like when you talk about these things, it can be great. I mean, look at Wolf of Wall Street, right? That movie's so great, and
it is,
that has some of the most terrible people in that movie.
it
And
is.
I don't think it's politically correct, but I feel like I like you have to challenge that a little bit.
Why? Wait, why is it
And
not
Exactly.
politically correct though?
dude, what do you mean, Wolf of Wall Street?
I've
I
watched
mean,
it, yeah, but
you
I
watched
don't.
it.
Yeah, I don't understand how it's
Did you
political.
watch the Kuwaiti version or the Hollywood version?
No, I watched the Hollywood version. We
I'm
don't
kidding,
have a
man.
Wolf of Wall Street here, bro. What do you mean?
No, I'm talking about like a censored version. You didn't. You watched the Queen.
No,
It has like the
I watched
drugs.
it. I watched it in Jordan. Yeah, there was a lot of drugs and people doing
Exactly.
a
Yeah.
bunch of
So
stuff that's considered
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but I kind of have the same question. Why do you
mm,
think is it politically? Because I think it doesn't have any slavery, homophobic stuff that are considered now politically incorrect,
Just a
or
lot of
right.
supposed to be.
misogyny. But then again, this was in
Exactly,
the 80s and 90s, and those people
exactly.
were very misogynistic, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's the only thing I can think of off the
It's
top of
the
my head.
yeah, it's the drugs and the sex and just like the craziness
Drugs,
of it.
sex
I
are
know.
normalized
Are
now.
normalized
Yeah,
nowadays.
they've
Adi.
been normalized.
Wallah.
They have been.
Wallah, just watch
And you
the
want to know
Peaky
what's funny?
Blinders or watch,
You
yeah.
want to know what's funny is that they're trying to adopt this here in our parts of the world, right? To put that kind of like filth in our movies, right? And it's true. It's true. But tell me it's not true.
Oh my god.
I don't mind if that filth exists in the
Right.
society. I
But
don't mind seeing it on a screen.
There you go.
does it exist in the society?
Oh yeah.
All righty, but okay.
Just go to Twitter.
Let's go to Twitter.
Ali, just go check Twitter.
I
You'll see
can't prove my
yourself.
point if you're always against me, my guy. I can't.
Just being honest, it's cool getting all these perspectives. But all right, sounds good. Let's move it on. I want to know. So you watch so many movies. How do you still watch a movie and not like zone out or like just like not half pay attention to it, right? Because that's something I like struggle with. Is like I watch a lot of movies, but there are times where I just feel like another movie and then I'm half watching it, but then I'm not really watching the movie. So how do you keep your
Ah,
yeah?
this is, oh my god, this is a
Yeah.
main issue I'm having, which is
Oof.
I watch movies
Mhm.
and I stopped enjoying them because while I'm watching, I'm like, that's a plot device that he uses to do. And then, okay, he's
Right.
moving with that. Oh, that must be a 20 millimeter lens. Oh, and then I stopped enjoying movies. I stopped indulging into the stories, and because I'm always in the reviewer criticize mindset, and that's my main
This is a
issue. But
problem.
I
Yeah.
yeah,
So how
yeah,
do
but I
you
never
deal with
zone
it?
out.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, it's يعني, I'm never reached the level where I'm like, it's just another movie. You know, I'm always ready to go to another journey. I'm actually having issues with TV series because they're the trend now, and they're like poof, thousand
Right. So
seasons,
long. Yeah. Oh
and
my
yeah.
God.
Favorite series of all time? Hit me.
Ulla.
Allah. No, I can't answer any question that starts with favorite, especially in movies.
Game of Thrones is mine. I love Game of Thrones. It's amazing.
Oh my
There you
god,
go.
You
it's
guys,
amazing.
you know why I loved Game of Thrones? Reignited my passion in watching series and movies. I used to hate it because it was so
Yeah.
predictable. Oh, this is gonna happen, and it happens. Oh, this is gonna, and it's too predictable now. But Game of Thrones kept me at the edge of my seat 1 hour at a time. Like every episode I watch, I'm like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? I can't predict. I literally cannot predict. I'm just like, something's about to happen. Whoa, right? Game of Thrones is amazing, and that's why I love it. It's unpredictable,
It's,
and I feel like that's the most important part of making a movie now.
or yeah, just keeping you on your feet, just like yeah,
Unpredictable
because
movies.
there's so many movies that copy each other. So if you try to do something different, it'll get attention of people.
Not only that,
So
it'll
true.
bolster you up with the box office, because at the end of the day, let's be
Box
honest,
office
boys.
dollars, man.
Let's be honest, boys. Bread is what we're after. Bread is what we
No,
need.
man, art and culture, man. That's what movies are important.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not saying no, but like, come on.
But
Come on. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
okay,
Anyone who
what do you
wants to
want
do look, anyone, it's the same as people study medicine. They're all after that dough, right? It's just
medicine, you can say. I think people want trying to save lives for medicine, but I understand why medicine people might do it because for money, because you can make money. But as a filmmaker, you don't always. Nothing's guaranteed for you. You can't always
exactly.
make
That's the only
a movie.
difference.
Money
It's
is not
guaranteed.
money's not like something that I hold value to. I'd rather hold value someone watching my movie, right? I don't know.
Yes, sir.
And this is, I mean, this is also a problem, I guess.
So
In,
fame.
like, it's not fame, man. It's like, okay, you make something and it makes a difference in the culture. Like people are talking about it. Everyone knows about this movie, and like I don't
Center
know.
of attention.
But why are movies important? Please.
Not why are movies
Other than
important.
money.
For an hour.
Not why are movies important. Here's what I want to know. Why is making movies important?
Ah, yes, here we are. Money, fame, attention, whatever that comes after it is results. Making movies, and let me first differentiate between movies and commercial movies that was done just for the sake of being commercial and bring money, because there are true films, there are real independent cinema out there that I just discovered like 3-4 years ago. I lived all of my life on the Avengers and the Matrix and those, and then I discovered that there is another world of movies that was made to make an impact, to change, to give you a new perspective on the world, and take you into those journeys where you meditate, where you think, where you change. And I think no matter how much movies you watch and you think that, oh khalas, I'm grown up enough that I know the world and I know myself, you watch another one and you discover something new, something in Africa, something in India, something within you. There is just, it's a window. It's a great window on the world and on the people and humanity. And at the same time, it's a window within you because you keep comparing yourself to all of those characters you watch. Movies, and
Oof,
I
man.
think I
That
want to
was deep.
quote, someone, but the quote I missed right now, but I think it's the most perfect medium of storytelling that, or the most rich, let me say, medium of storytelling that can,
I'll find out who said
someone
that.
is keep. No, that's me. That's just purely
That's
me
badass
bullshitting
quote.
you.
That's funny. You think so? You think
Yeah.
more than like TV shows even, or I don't know. I feel like music or something. You think films have that?
Music is something you hear, words are something you read, but then you have all of that coming together in a movie, and you might compare it to a TV series, or but I think this sacred format of having it happening just in 1 to 2 hours, or
Right.
even 3 if you were Scorsese making The Irishman.
Or 4 maybe. It's exactly.
So
Yeah,
that
that's funny.
format
5
is
if you're
just
Kulthum and you decided to drop a new song, but yeah, sorry.
Wallah. That's true. That's
yeah,
funny.
that
Yeah,
woman. So
amazing.
yeah, I think this isn't easy. Movies are just much more harder than any series that someone would do, and it's at the time you get the start, you get the end, you get the impact, you finish, you feel satisfied if it was a good movie. That was
Right.
I love movies.
I'm amazing. There you go. So I feel like part of something that's happening, I see, especially that like movie theaters are closing down now, COVID, right? And so people are watching movies on their phones, their laptops, whatever, not even a TV. Yeah, exactly. What are you doing? Ali, don't watch them because they're used to watching TV on their phones. Now they're
Yeah.
watching movies on their phones. I don't know. Like, how do you watch your movies when you're watching a movie for review? And why do you watch it? Like, how you do it?
On my goddamn
Yeah.
75-inch screen with my new home theater. That because if I couldn't go to a movie theater, I'd
Yep.
do that at home, and I would watch series on my laptop screen, but never on mobile. Nothing works on a phone, for God's sake.
You know where I watch
I
my
get
when I'm in bed and I don't feel like sitting up to watch the movie on a TV, I'll just go like,
No,
oh,
Ali.
you're killing me. Oh my
I'm being
God.
honest. It's better
I
than
just
I mean,
lying
it's
begin.
honesty. No, I know. Yeah.
and
No,
saying
that's
no.
fair.
I watch it on 100 HD. No,
You
when it's a
know,
great movie, or
people were like,
when I'm watching like a movie I'm actually like genuinely interested in. No, I do watch it on my 65-inch, Samsung OLED display and all that good stuff. But sometimes I just want to get it over with, and I'm just watching it because someone told me, "Oh my God, you didn't watch it! Oh my God, are you living under a rock? How'd you not watch those so and so?"
Movie.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's
So
like,
yeah.
oh, whatever, fine, I'll watch it, right? And I'm watching it.
yeah,
But if it's a movie
yeah,
I like, I'll be like, wait a minute. No, 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 no. I pause it on my phone and I put it on the TV. I'm like, okay, this is good. We're watching this. And that's how it
yeah.
There you
goes.
go.
It's by rank. It goes phone, laptop, computer, TV.
Movie theater. Don't forget about that. Please don't
Oh
forget
man.
about it.
No.
That's
Everyone's
the
forgetting about
ultimate.
it. Yeah.
Dude, if I like a movie, I have no problem watching it twice. I watched Avengers
Yeah.
Endgame
That was so good.
twice.
Yeah.
I watched it
Theaters.
once in a VIP
Mhm.
cinema with like big couches and like server
With
like
the
And a
Richie.
hookah, argile,
no, no,
smoking
no, no,
inside the
no, no,
movie.
no. That shit's in Lebanon only. No, no. It's just you have this guy that comes in every time you push a button and you order your stuff and he brings it to
Oh
you,
my god.
right?
Amazing.
Because when a movie is so good, guys, honestly, here, let's be honest. How bad is it when you run out of popcorn or drink and you have to leave mid movie to go and refill your shit? Come on, that sucks.
I'd never do that.
I never
Exactly. You have to make
I'd never
sacrifice.
go to a toilet. I don't sacrifice even toilets in the middle of good movies. No, no.
Adult diapers it is. Am I right?
did. Oh my god.
Am I right?
But wait, but you when was the first time you went to movie theater? You said it only opened a couple years ago. Do you remember your first experience?
Oh yeah, but I visited Jordan when I was 14 years old.
I
I
see.
went out. So yeah, It was some random Egyptian movie. I don't want to even recall it now, but yeah.
That's amazing.
But I remember loving it so much because of the experience, not the movie itself. And I was touched and I almost cried. And then when I watched that movie again now, and I'm like, holy shit, well, how emotional I was. But then I remember that it was my first or second movie experience in a theater, and that has an impact. Yeah.
Right.
What about your first time in your home country?
That was I can't recall that either because I've been like since they opened it, I've been like monthly or weekly. I think it was Avengers. I think it was Avengers Endgame. I think it was that.
They opened up the Saudi theaters for Avengers Endgames.
Yes, they did that.
And what better movie?
Honestly,
what better movie than Avengers Endgame? Come on, that movie was
a really good movie.
Yeah, but I had a great experience watching Parasite on a theater. Not yeah.
Okay.
That was my favorite experience here.
Yep.
Although I watched that movie maybe 5 times, and I watched it twice before the theaters, but I think I was so indulged. I loved the story that the experience had also a great impact on me.
Okay, final question because we are almost out of time.
Sure.
In your eyes, as Bara Alim, as you, what makes a good movie a good movie? Because I want an honest answer.
Mm-hmm.
Like your honest answer. In your opinion, what makes a good movie a good movie?
Writing, and goddamn writing. Because if someone can write, everything else would happen. It can happen. You can bring people who do. Tarantino used to say, my job is to hire people who are good at what they do, and that's it as a director. But all of the work happens with him and the paper, because it is the papers are the movie. Whatever else happens is just takmil, اللي هو just completion, just yeah. So I think Hitchcock used to say also script. We need to, and if you're talking about movies in general, that's the answer. But if you're talking about the Arab waves of movies that's happening now, I think we should be genuine, as you said, Ali Shammari, to ourselves, to our stories, to who we are, but then also change genres. Let's make variety of films and movies to other. Let's just be here and there, and let's do. I love, by the way, I love what Nadine Labke is doing. I love all of her films. Halla Lawen,
Capernaum,
all of this, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I love how she changed genres a bit, but then she stick also with her genre. So Nadine Labke is Nadine Labke, but I want to see more. I want to see others. I want to see another West Beirut. I want to see another Bas Ya Bahar. Have you ever watched a movie called Bas Ya Bahar, my Kuwaiti friend? He's not answering. That was the first Kuwaiti movie ever was produced. That was like in the 70s.
Bas Ya Bahar, wasn't it Ya Darb Zilag?
That Darb Zilag is a مسلسل, is a series.
Oh, that was the first series, I think.
Yes, I think that. But you can find glitches of it on YouTube. That was so genuine, although it was shot in black and white. So I think we need to have variety. We need to learn. We need, you know what? The first thing we need as Arabs is just as a starter to confess that we're way behind. أول شيء, like the first thing, we need to confess that we're way behind, and there's no aib in learning from al-kuffar. Let's learn from them, and then
that's why
we could do
ourselves
like them.
That's always my counter argument. We're behind in compared to what? Or in compared
to the quality and the quantity of films. So I'm بتكلم in US ولا in India ولا in Nigeria.
And film festivals.
I'm talking about film here. I'm not talking about other aspects of life. عشان nobody says said the declaration of. No, I'm talking about cinema,
movies,
and Arabian films and Arabian cinema and Arabian drama. We're way behind. So we need to learn from Al-Kuffar. How do they do their motion pictures so we can do our own with our own ways.
Amazing. There we go.
Woo! 1 hour has passed
Yeah.
so
That was
fast.
fast.
That
There we
was
go.
very, very fast.
We talked real fast. That was good.
It was.
You know,
we got a lot in there. That's great.
Before we go, I just want to know: are there any movies from this year you can recommend, like from 2020, that we can watch? Or
Does
have you
2020
watch
have
شمس
movies?
المعارف طبعا.
I mean, watch Shams al-Ma'arif out on
Shams
Netflix.
al-Ma'arif. Link in
Right?
Bible.
Check that one out.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's one. Other than that, على قولة علي, 2020 movies were all pushed to 2021 because of the pandemic. So I'm not sure if you could find good ones. You could watch I'm Thinking of Ending Things. That was a hell piece of cinema on Netflix.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of ending
I'm
things.
Thinking of Ending Things.
Check that out.
Watch Nolan's Tenet if you didn't already.
Tenet,
It's
I haven't
all
seen
right.
it.
It's cool.
That's okay. Sounds good.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
Before we let you go, I really want to know, what is the future of Bara Alim?
Hopefully you'd see me on the big screen again, not just Shams al-Ma'arif. I hope I'm working on that. I'm getting offers to do series and I'm trying to avoid them. And I'm like, I don't want to do series, guys. But then if I'm like starting to sleeping on streets and eating from, I'm gonna do series, عارف? And if one point, then I'm gonna do them. But hopefully I'd work to be on the big screen again.
Hopefully, yeah.
Awesome.
Baby steps, and you'll get there.
Amazing. It's a real honor to have you on our show. It's a real honor for Arabia,
honor.
I'd say, to have you, man. I really it's awesome what you're doing. Film education is so huge. We're lacking it. And I guess that's why your videos get so many views, just because everyone wants it. Everyone's craving it. So carry on, and I'll keep watching your videos. Yep. Make sure to subscribe.
Thank you, guys.
Subscribe to us. Yes.
If there is any filmers, I call my followers filmers watching this, please subscribe to those guys. Those guys are just so fun and they bring cool people. And thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for coming.
It's absolutely a pleasure. And let's keep in touch, all right?
We will. Well, thank you guys for watching another episode of A to the Show. If you did enjoy and you have reached this part of the video, as our beautiful, beautiful friend Barat said, please do like and subscribe. Share our video everywhere. A to the Show.
Subscribe. And since we're talking about movies, I'm going to plug my movie since we're watching. You can watch my movies on my website, alihajl.com, ALIHAJL.com. Yeah. I'll send you some shorts. Two Cats, Where the Fuck's Chris Evora, a bunch of different movies. Check it out.
Yep.
There you go.
And this is generally how we sign out. And peace. It's like that.
Walking on the street, trying to find my way out. I saw you, I jumped in the sea. Do you see you've been hanging on like an octopus on me? But I dive as deep into the sea. So take my octopus with me, come everybody, let's dive into the sea. Let's dive into the sea, like an octopus, like you are with me. Oh, baby, don't you see? The octopus in you is killing me. Yeah.